Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin. Big of the CoinsKid crew. So Maker is a coin that I brought to your attention way back in June. I noticed this falling wedge pattern. We broke out just there. We got the close above, and like I said to you, falling wedges, you do usually retrace to where you formed the wedge, which is where the 1 fib was. And right now I was looking to march towards the 1618. So it's been a massive trade that's almost there, 104% trade from way back in June. And people are really bearish and things like that. This has been a monster move for the Maker coin right here. It's not quite got there just yet, but I don't anticipate that that's a major level of resistance, and at that point your technical target's been met, and at that point I think you'll have some kind of correction for this particular project. But these are the things I do post, okay, on the Twitter and the Discord as well, these opportunities, because obviously I can't make a million videos, so definitely get involved in the communities right there for the CoinsKid crew, okay? So right now I'm going to dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see. So taking a quick look at the DXY and the 4-hourly time frame before we jump into Bitcoin, I think what we've got here for the DXY is a potential bear trap just there, and I think we put in a bull trap for Bitcoin, didn't we? So let me drop the Bitcoin chart in for you right now, and we've looked at this a few times. Where's the Bitcoin chart? Just there. So way back in July I think it was, wasn't it, we put in that little bull trap of a potential B wave. So I think what we've got here is an A, a B, and this is a C, and this is an irregular ABC correction. At this point here we began this A, this B, and right now we're in a C wave. So I'm looking at right now, if the DXY begins to break down, then I think we've found a true bottom right there for Bitcoin, and we will begin to take off here, okay, for Bitcoin. Obviously the orange chart, as this begins to start to roll over. So what we want to see in the DXY is bearish divergence, the opposite of the bullish divergence that we're seeing for Bitcoin. So it really is simple, and we're just trying to ride the waves here. So the technical target right now of that wedge has actually been met, and this is a target I've been talking to you about for a very long time. That we've got the breakout here, the backtest of support confirming this wedge, so we're looking at coming up. Okay, so I think earlier in the week I spotted this rising wedge, didn't we? And we're looking at this particular scenario. Here's your support, your resistance, your support, your resistance. And what we did a few days ago, we broke down backtest of resistance, and we was looking to drop, okay? But yesterday something gave the DXY a kick up its bum, and basically what we had is some kind of throwback back into this pattern, creating an even tighter rising wedge here for the DXY, okay? So at the moment, if we do begin to break down here and we lose this trend line once more and start to fall through the 55 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame, then I think the target will be this, okay? And at that point there, you could say, okay, we might have found the top of the C wave here for the DXY. If this is indeed a reversal pattern, what you want to look for here in the DXY, and again, it is all about being patient, is a massive move followed by a corrective move, followed by another move. If we see something like that, then we'll begin to entertain the fact that Bitcoin and crypto is actually in trouble. But until we start to see that, I think what we've done here for the DXY, given the fact that this is getting really tight, and what you have got is some kind of corrective waves here, okay, which is not necessarily impulsive, it's more corrective than it is impulsive, is possibly a massive C wave. And I said to you, if you can pinpoint the top of this C wave, this is going to offer an amazing opportunity. And I've been talking about this all year, okay, for a potential wave 3, which is something we're looking at right now on Bitcoin, a massive impulsive move, because like I said to you way back last year, what we did have here, and again this is a micro version of what we've got here, we've got this rising channel like this, rising channel, and then we break down and we come all the way back down to the target of the rising channel. So in theory, if this does begin to break down, then the bottom of that channel should be the target. So we're fully aware that if this breaks down, Bitcoin goes in the other direction. We've been trading these ranges since I've been doing these videos basically for many years right now. So right now what we're looking at is that resistance, lower high, and right now the fact that that's made a higher high than that, everyone's getting super bullish on the DXY, thinking it's broke out of structure, it's got trend structure. But what you want to wait for is the higher low and then the break again. So if we take out that resistance after coming back and making a higher low, then yes, we have to entertain the fact that Bitcoin could be in a spot of bother, and crypto, risk. But the minute, I think that what the DXY is doing is simply retracing for a continuation of the trend after a potential bear trap down here, and some kind of a regular A, B, C wave correction, very similar to what we're seeing on Bitcoin. It's not bullshit, it's not hopium. Equally in the Ethereum chart, let me show you right now. So in the Ethereum chart, if we drop the new price to scale, as you're fully aware, I think there's stacks of confluence in Ethereum and the likes of Pepe coin that was the top of an impulsive move. So if we take a look at Ethereum, you've got some kind of overlapping corrective waves here, not necessarily impulsive, and then we've got the B wave and then the C wave. So what we're looking at for Ethereum right now is the fact that since April of this year, we've been in an A, B, and a C. And then since April this year, the DXY has been in an A, B, and a C. So it's not bullshit, it's not hopium. if this correction is complete for the DXY, and I've said this to you the whole time, the whole year, if we find the top of this C wave, this is going to be the absolute optimal entry point for you to ride a massive move up for crypto. It won't feel like it, because remember, opportunity never feels like opportunity. But so far, since last week, we've nailed the moves on Bitcoin. We've nailed the moves on XRP. We've been nailing many trades for those that are paying attention in the Discord and on Twitter. Absolutely like a boss. Okay, so I'm going to dive into the Bitcoin chart right now, and obviously what I do show you every day is invalidation of these theories that I have in, using simple technical analysis right now. So if we begin to break down and we start to flush down, this could actually be the top of the C wave right here for the DXY. Absolutely possible. Okay, we can't take it off the table. If it's not a C wave, it is the beginning of an impulsive move followed by a corrective move, and then followed by another impulsive move, then yes, we'll entertain the fact that Bitcoin could be in a spot above it. But we can't ignore the macro at the moment. The DXY is in a clear downtrend, looking for continuation until it's not. Do you understand? And that's just respecting the data. Clearly, Bitcoin's in an uptrend and Ethereum, like I've just shown you, respecting the data. It really is that simple. So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see, okay, going forward. So look at Bitcoin on a daily time frame. We have ramped up into this key resistance. This is why yesterday I did say to you, I'm going to take some profit off the table there. Always pay yourself into key resistance as well. Right now, we did equally run into the 1618 as well. Let me show you. So this was a target last week. It was looking at when everyone was really bearish down here. Like I said to you, if we see 5 waves within there, which we did, we're inclined to say, okay, our minimal target would be the 1618 if we take out that high just there. And that's exactly what we did do. We took it out, we hold it support, and right now we've marched towards the 1618 right there, my minimal target. So 2744 has been met like an absolute boss. Equally, if we take a look here, there's stacks of confluence that what's going on for Bitcoin right now is identical to what went on in November. And I remember relaying this to you as well in the videos, but no one believed me. We were looking at the move up in the 1618 and then with retracement. I said to you, if I hold that eye low, away freeze next. And that's identical to what I'm saying, telling you right now, that right now, if this is a 1 and we're going through a 2, this is a microwave 1, okay, and we've got a microwave 2, and then, inferior is a big 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. We should begin to come up and attack these level of resistance in a microwave 1 here, okay, and these subsets of waves within this. So what we want to see, after this C wave down is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're running out of steam here in the 5 waves as well, which is always, indicative of the trend running out of steam effectively. I've gone through this with you multiple times, whether or not you're coming up, corrective, down, or whatever. 5 waves always counter them. So you've got the 1 starts well, the pullback 2, the big 3, yay, and then the 4, and then they're sort of running out of steam. If you see that, counter it, okay, with your stop loss on the swing high. And it's the same coming down, you're coming down 1, 2, 3, yay, and then 4, and then it runs out of steam, counter it, okay, and that's exactly what we've done. It's confluence the reason why this was a sweet spot for Bitcoin with a bullish divergence. Equally, if we move to the left, okay, and I remember all the sentiment way back down there as well, when we bottomed down here and we came up and we made that sort of final flush down there with the bullish divergence down there as well on the daily, look, your low and your high low, pretty much like we've got at the bottom of this C wave, you got your low and your high low and the RSI as well, the bullish divergence. Right here, I said to you, if we come up and we take out this local high, okay, my minimal target will be the 1618 in 5 waves, and then we'll come back in an ABC, hold this low, and we're looking to build a base and go. And I said to you at the time as well, if we do break this local high, this next wave will be a wave 3, and it'll be very, very powerful for Bitcoin. And it was exactly that, okay? So again, it's not bullshit, it's not hopium. At the time down there, I said to you, that's your key low, put your stops down there. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come back in ABC, you hold this. This is a fantastic area to go long right now with your stops on a swing low to negate this trade. And we got it, boom, broke out. Huge trade for the CoinsKid crew. So it's no different to what I'm telling you right now. Just here, we've got the 5 waves running out of steam. The final 5th wave ran out of steam. Do you see that? So the macro move here was for Bitcoin. You've got your 4, and then you've got your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, your 5. You run out of steam, okay, in that sort of big macro flash, last flush to the downside. So again, what we was looking at here, I remember this really, really well, and I was just relaying the data to you, and people switched off and says, no way, you're too bullish and things like that. But it was just stacking up. So what we've got from that previous swing low to that swing high, which is identical to what we're looking at right now for Bitcoin, we come up, we took out the 1 fib. Where do we get to? 1618, okay? We came in for the ABC correction, held it, retesting the high low right there, and then we went again. So, is it a case that we just got to be patient and wait for this same sort of corrective structure to play out on Bitcoin? So in theory, if we take a look at this bottom structure down here, this retracement after 1618 target was met, taking out the previous swing high, beginning to look impulsive because you're taking out the previous swing high. where did it retrace to? So you can clearly see we've got a retracement all the way down to 702 fib, holding the 0 fib. And at that point, I remember relaying this to you, always a nominal area to build some bids in the golden ratio, the 702 fib, the 05 fib, build some bids down there with your stop on the low, okay, to negate this long opportunity in front of you. So we was looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a lovely little micro impulsive move, corrective move, and then we're looking for the wave 3 next. So that's identical to what I'm looking at right now, okay? So, if we hold this low that we put in last week, and we've come up like we did off the bottom of that macro C wave, and we took out the 1 fib, your 161 has been met, and right now you're retracing. So if we are retracing all the way back down to this low, and remember this is technical analysis, so I've not got a crystal ball. If we're retracing to this low and people are going to get ultra bearish again, then a nominal level of support for you to put some bids in right now with your stop loss on this swing low, whatever exchange you're using, BitGet, Bybit, Coinbase, whatever it is, put your stop loss on that swing low and put some bids on these levels. You've got your golden ratio at 25868, you've got your 702 fib, which is where the previous correction bounced at 25654. So I can't tell you exactly where this correction is going to go to. No one can, but we can all guess. But what we do tend to do is ladder bids in these areas here for Bitcoin with your stop loss on this swing low, because this negates the trade. It really is simple. So in theory, if we have now found a lovely little micro impulsive move here for Bitcoin after the 5 sort of extinguished waves down, which I've shown you, the qualification of a final 5th wave down within a C wave, then in theory, if this is coming back in some kind of ABC correction over the next few days or whatever, we should find key levels of support on these fibs without losing the 1 fib. If we do lose a 1 fib, then all this validation and the sort of technical analysis we're looking at projecting to the upside after this lovely little break of this previous swing high, will be out the window. And at that point, Bitcoin's in trouble, and we've got to reevaluate going forward. But at the minute, for me, I think, a good thing to do on Bitcoin, and again, nothing I say is financial advice, everything is for educational entertainment purposes only. But until we lose a 1 fib, I think Bitcoin is actually, printing lovely little bullish signals here that not a lot of people are paying attention to. So again, it's not hoping, it's not bullshit. It's simple technical analysis. The fact that we've took out this previous swing high, like I've shown you, or the previous macro C wave, it's beginning to look like this could be a micro impulsive wave 1. So we're looking at some kind of corrective wave 2 coming back, wherever it comes back to. Drop your fibs into your charts. It's entirely up to you where you want to put your bids in, whether it comes down here, whatever. I don't know. I can't guarantee what it's going to do. I will try and find it for you if we develop any kind of patterns, whether or not this is an A, we come up in a B, and we've got a C wave. I'll try and find this for you using fibs, but right now, if we do start to come down and we hold the 1 fib and we don't lose it, again, come to your charts, drop it into your charts. Last Monday's low is your stop loss. If we come down and we hold this, we are looking at a wave 3 next, which is what I've been talking about for a very long time, which is basically a macro wave 3, and this is subsets of waves within inside it. Now, obviously, like I've always taught you, you want it to resistance on wave 1, come back in wave 2. Wave 3 is the power that breaks all resistance, and that's exactly what we've got in front of us right now, pretty much like what we did down here. Okay, this micro wave 3 that we printed just there for Bitcoin was actually all the resistance taken out by this monster wave 3, that previous swing high, that swing high, and equally this line here. You sort of come up in this mega wave 3, breaking this level of resistance as well, this big macro downtrend, which was the sloping downtrend of a falling wedge, and equally the bump and run pattern, which is essentially what we're in on the micro right now. So again, there's no guarantees, and this is all about validation and invalidation. But right now, your bull market support for me for any upside here in the short term for Bitcoin is this 1 fib. Okay, currently on this chart it's 24909. Hope you enjoyed the update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, but right now I think Bitcoin's potentially going through some kind of correction. I'll try and find the low for you as best as I can going forward, but if Bitcoin holds this low, the 1 fib that it put in Monday last week, it's looking bullish. Take care everyone. Back to a new update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.